Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, so thank you for being here. If this video found you, I believe there is a message in here for you. Hopefully something resonates with you. I know there's a lot of us tarot readers on the internet, so thank you again for being here. And today we're going to be looking at which Archangel has a message for you and what that message is and what guidance they might offer for you. So we have 3 piles here, and for this first one we have this crystal quartz moon. It's got a little face on it. For pile 2 we have this moss agate stone. It's one of my favorites. And then finally we have pile 3 with this amethyst heart. And so if you need to pause in order to connect with your intuition and pick your pile, see which Archangel is coming through for you, please do so. And real quick before I get into pile 1, I want to say I do offer personal readings. I will link my Instagram and website in the description below. I will also have timestamps for all of these so you can jump ahead. But I hope you all like this reading, and the messages I've already recorded, so they're all very beautiful, and I'm sending all my love to you all. And thank you again for being here. I'm gonna get started with pile 1. Hello, this is going to be for you if you chose pile number 1, the clear quartz moon here. And so let's see who your Archangel is. It is Muriel. Trust your own wisdom, have faith in your psychic impressions. Okay, so first, when I was kind of like meditating on your energy and shuffling the cards, I really had the urge to just give you a hug, or like I wanted to comfort somebody. So if that is you and that resonates, please know that I am sending you love. Archangel Muriel is sending you love and is here for you to kind of hold all of those emotions for you. But this message is really, like it says, trust your own wisdom, follow your intuition, and really embrace your sensitivity, your empathy, and let those be motivators for you. Don't let them hold you back. Don't let them necessarily control you and your actions, but let them motivate you, let them inspire you, because there's always something underlying that. And I think the feeling I get for this group is like seeing the world's injustices and getting really disheartened and sad and angry and scared. And so, I mean, underneath all of that is just a passion for justice. It's a love of humanity. And so I hope that that reminds you to, you know, feel your feelings, feel whatever you need to feel, and also, you know, let those be a catalyst for change. And so now we're gonna get some cards from the Accurate AF Tarot deck. We've got the Magician, the Spirit of Rings, which I believe is the Knight of Rings or Pentacles, and then we have Temperance as well. So there's something you really want. There's something you really want to manifest. There is something you really want to dedicate yourself to and really find a balance, find a way to pour into others and take care of others without losing too much of yourself is the way that it's coming through. The Magician is a very powerful manifester, and they have all the elements. They have all the skills, they have all the wisdom. You know, trust your own wisdom, and really commit to what it is that you want. Make a plan. Make a schedule. I heard like use a planner. And so I don't know if that resonates with some of you, but the important thing here is, oh, that's interesting. The way that came through, dedication with moderation. Because we've got productivity and moderation here as keywords. But yeah, you can absolutely be dedicated and committed to something and still not give all of your time and energy to it. And I think that's really important, because when you are choosing to give your energy to something or someone, you're giving 100%. You know, you're always giving 100% when you make that choice. But when your focus needs to shift elsewhere, and you maybe need to rest or take care of yourself, you can't have that kind of floating in the back of your mind, or like worried about this, that, and the other, of like, oh my God, I need to do this tomorrow, and I gotta do this weekend, and I've got to call and email and, you know, do X, Y, and Z and all of this. And so remember that you're just one person. And again, the message that kind of initially came through, this may or may not resonate with all of you, is really looking at community, and, you know, wherever injustices may be happening, or just whether or not you want to kind of connect with your own community more, or even just connect with friends and family more, you really, there's a sense of wanting to take care of people, and you really want to manifest better things for yourself and for others. You want to manifest stability and success and abundance and safety and security. So remember that you can't pour from an empty cup, but you can pour in moderation. You know, if you take a look at what's in your cup, maybe it's not full, and it doesn't have to be full, but what little you can do can still make a difference. And I think that's a really important message for you, is that you don't have to do it all, and you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to use the skills and resources and knowledge and wisdom that you have to the best of your abilities, and just commit to it. Just commit to what you know and who you are and what you want, and something wonderful will come out of that. Something will build, and it'll just take time. And I think that's maybe the thing that you get stuck on, that we get stuck on, is patience. And, you know, we've got a lot of patient energy here with Temperance and the Knight of Rings. But it's just gonna take time. And so, again, going back to that moderation of, be intentional where you put your energy. And that's both of these. That's all of these cards, is being very intentional with where you put your energy, and recognizing that maybe sometimes you need to call on some help, whether that's angels, ancestors, people in your community. You know, call on those people when those emotions get too much for you, and and that's okay. You know, you're human. You're human, but you know, there are divine beings that can carry that for us, and I think that's really beautiful. The other thing that's coming through is like the colors here, kind of like this rosy gold color. And so maybe connecting with like sunrise or sunsets is really important for you. Or it would be a really beneficial thing for you to do, whether that's journaling or meditating or just sitting out and enjoying kind of the beauty of the world. And really recentering, I think, is going to be very important for you. Is coming into your center, coming into balance, finding that equilibrium. Because in order to do this manifestation work, in order to be truly dedicated to what it is you care about and what you want to do, you have to be able to return to your center. You have to be able to not necessarily regulate yourself, you know, not to speak in like clinical terms, not necessarily regulate yourself, but you've got to be able to know when to take a break. You've got to be able to know where your energy is best utilized. And so, really learning what your center feels like and connecting with that empathy and sensitivity and saying, okay, what do I want to do with this? Because it's here, it's taking up space, and honestly, it can get a little heavy sometimes. And so it's asking yourself, okay, take a moment to pause. What do I want to do with this? Maybe I need to go on a walk. Maybe I need to take a nap. Maybe I need to eat, right? We're thinking about like the basic needs first, and making sure we're drinking water and taking care of our physical being. Again, I think that's very indicative with this earth energy here as well. But then you're kind of asking yourself, okay, I've got this, and this. You know, I've got these resources. I am thinking about this. Which direction do I want to go? How do I want to use this energy? Who do I want to connect with? And so finding that space and those people that really light you up, that allow you to be sensitive, you know, in a good way, that allow you to be your authentic self and be a little vulnerable. And that will certainly also take some time, you know, finding those faces and people. But when you find this center, it will help you get in touch with your intuition as well. And that's another thing that Muriel, I think, wants you to connect with, is that your intuition is so strong. And that's just a part of like your sensitivity and empathy. It's just, you have this sense, this sixth sense, and we all do. But if you really tap into yours, then I think you can do some amazing things. And if you want, you can help a lot of people. You know, you can help yourself if that's all you want, and that is perfectly fine. It's your life. But connecting with that intuition, connecting with your center, and finding that inner equilibrium will help any of those overwhelming emotions and, you know, getting caught up in your head. And so it's finding the balance between emotion and logic. And so it's finding the balance between this energy. We've got, you know, some very, I mean, we've got all the elements here. And then we've got like very slow, methodical earth energy here. And so just being patient with yourself as you kind of figure out your direction and what it is you want. And I think that's really another kind of major message coming through, is that I don't feel very many like specifics coming through for this group. You know, it's kind of wide ranging. Like I said, I feel like a lot of it is empathy for humanity in general. But this could be very well wanting to manifest like a certain job or career path. It could be about building a family, or, you know, getting a new home or moving. You know, we've got a knight here, so it could be about literal movement. But to my point, I guess, it's so wide ranging that like it feels like the main overall message is you need to figure out what you want to do with this energy. You need to find a direction. And that direction does not have to be permanent. You know, we can always change paths. We can always change paths. But I think you have all of these emotions, you have this sensitivity, and you have this passion. You have all of these resources, and you're just holding on to them, and you don't know what to do with them. You don't know where to put them. And you want to help people, or you want different things, and you're just having a hard time deciding which way to go. And so that is really kind of the overall message of find this center, listen to your intuition, and remember that it does not have to be permanent, and it doesn't have to be perfect either. But if it's something you're very passionate about, if it's something that you have the skills and resources to do, and you have, you know, the energy to pour into, and, you know, you can kind of formulate a plan, and you feel like you want to stick with it and be dedicated and focus on the details, then go for it. But you need to figure out what that is. And so I'm gonna draw one more tarot card just to see if there's anything else that wants to come out. Okay, two came out. So we have the Ace of Rings and Metamorphosis, which is the Death card. So yeah, it very well could be a job. It very well could be a job with this Ace of Rings. Recognition, successes, but it again just feels like a seed. It's just a seed being planted, right? That's what this Ace of Rings is. And so whatever it is that you want to be recognized for, whatever your definition of success is, that's where you need to put your energy. And so it's like, okay, what would bring me fulfillment? What would make me happy? What would make me feel successful and abundant? And again, this could be a job, but it feels very much like just providing for others is how it's coming through. And that could be community, it could be family, it could be friends, but there is definitely, with all this sensitive empathetic energy. There's definitely just something in you that wants to recognize others and build them up as well, is what I'm getting from this recognition with the Ace of Rings as well, which is really interesting. There's something in you that wants to help people. You could be like a career coach, which is interesting. Or you could, maybe that's a good path for you, or just a coach in general. But you don't just want to succeed, you want other people to succeed. And that's so beautiful. And so, you know, with Metamorphosis or Death, the Death card, profound change, self-awareness, you know, it's gonna take a little bit to make the most of this opportunity. It's gonna take a rebirth. It's gonna take you working through some of those emotions and really diving deep into your own sensitivity and understanding it. Because right now I think that you know that you're sensitive. You kind of have like a heightened awareness about yourself and others. You feel things very deeply. You feel for other people very deeply. But there is more to be discovered. There's a lot more to be discovered. And, you know, I'm definitely hearing like shadow work is going to be a big thing. But really this path that you're on, this manifestation that you want to bring to life, this, you know, equilibrium, this thing that needs to come into balance, this opportunity that you're trying to grab hold of, is going to require dedication to change. And that could look a lot of different ways, but you have to be prepared to change in order to use your sensitivity wisely. And you have so much wisdom. You have so much wisdom within you, and I think you just need to tap into it and find the seed that you want to plant and nurture it and be willing to it. And, you know, just dedicate yourself to it. And we even, oh, so beautiful, we even have the star on the back of the deck, harmony and renewal. So that's just another message that things are really gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. Have hope, have faith, you know, have faith in your abilities and your wisdom, because you're gonna do great things with them. It's just a matter of figuring out the direction you want to go and being willing to make the necessary changes to get there. And, you know, that deep work is gonna take some temperance. It's gonna take some moderation, some patience, some finding your center. And so, I mean, you've got all the skills and things you need. You just have to find a way to utilize them and not give up on yourself, and not let those emotions and sensitivities hold you back. because really it's all gonna work out for the best, and your skills and your wisdom, they're so needed. I think even that Metamorphosis card can talk about bringing about change in other people as well. Like I mentioned before, I think you want to recognize other people. You want to build other people up. You want to people be successful and abundant. So you're really, this metamorphosis, this change is really about a collective change. And, you know, that just starts with individuals. Like it just starts with people being willing to change. And so again, I'm hearing you're kind of inspirational to the people that are around you and the people that you want to help. I think your story, whatever it is very powerful. And you know, I think you just got to own it, you know, commit to it again, and persevere, and share it with others, and others will be willing to share their stories too. And that's how we build, you know, that's how we build, and that's how we keep hope and harmony alive, and you know, find that renewal, because the star comes after the tower, and that's a big upheaval, that's a big change. So yeah, really connecting with people, connecting with your own center, and finding that purpose, finding things that are meaningful for you to put your energy into. And so I'm gonna get maybe a card or two from the Cosmic Guidance Oracle deck. And so let's see, any final advice for pile 1? Any final advice from Archangel Muriel? What final messages or guidance do you have for pile 1? Please and thank you. What else do they need to know? Oh. Okay, we got 2. Oh, wow. Okay. We have breathe and listen. Wow. Okay, so stillness. Stillness is very important. I'm going back to the colors of the sunset or sunrise here. And so, yeah, I think breath work, I think listening to your intuition is going to be so key. Taking time to pause and meditate, you know, again, this gives me temperance energy as well, and really just focusing, centering yourself, creating space within to find what it is you want to dedicate yourself to, and being able to honor that, and recognizing how you can take action toward that. And you know, I think even just taking stock of the skills and resources and knowledge that you have, because you have all of it again at your disposal, but I think there's something, it could be it could be the sensitivity, it could be like heightened emotions that are maybe blocking your ability to see all that you already have. And so doing some nice breath work, I think, will be really important. And just listen to your body is something I'm hearing. Again, going back to, are we drinking water? Are we eating enough? Are we eating healthy? Are we moving? And so, you know, taking care of our physical self is really the basis. And so honoring and listening to and honoring our intuition, and you know, just pay attention to the messages that you receive. They could even come from Archangel Muriel, or like I said, any other angels, ancestors, guides. You know, I think it's really crucial for you to listen closely to the silence. And I know that sounds silly, but that's kind of the way it's coming through, of like, just go touch grass. Not in like, you know, the silly internet way of like, literally go outside. Like, both of these people are in nature. Like, she's in the clouds, she's got flowers surrounding her, so it's really making me think of being in nature, touching grass, going for a walk, sitting outside in the sunrise or sunset, and just being still, allowing yourself to just be. And I think that's really crucial for you on this journey. And you know, whatever this journey is for you, however you're going to help people, whatever seed you're planting, whatever you're manifesting, you're going to need to be able to yourself and trust yourself more than anything. And just breathe. Breathing will help you bring back yourself into your center, you know, and breathing will kind of create that space for you to listen. So I think these go hand in hand very nicely. But yeah, just remember, you know, we've got the star. You know, remember that you are the magician, you are the star, you have everything you need. You just have to know what to do with it, and you just have to trust yourself. And ask for help when you need it. You know, I think that's a huge thing. Allow yourself to be still. Allow yourself to be in silence with, you know, no phones, no screens, no other people surrounding you. Listen to the wind, the birds, whatever else is outside. Listen to your own breath. But yeah, just clear space for new things to come in, because they're coming. They're coming. And you're going to need to be able to make the necessary changes that come with those. And you know, you're gonna persevere. You're gonna need to dedicate yourself to this thing that you're pursuing, and it'll bring you a lot of success and abundance, and I think it'll build something even stronger and greater than you could have imagined. Again, I just get the sense that this is really community-based, and so yeah, you need to be able to take care of you in order to take care of others. So that is all the messages I have for you, Pile 1. I hope this resonated with you. Please give me a like, a comment, subscribe. I will hopefully be doing many more of these in the future. And I hope you all, oh, I just caught the camera timer, 33. So that's another synchronicity for you on your journey. But anyway, like I was saying, I hope you all have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you may be. And I hope to see you in the next video. Hello, this is going to be for you if you chose pile 2, this moss agate star. Let's see which angel has a message for you. It is Archangel Faith. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. That's so beautiful. So the key with this card is learning to discern between blind faith and true faith. And so recognizing what within you is that deep knowing, what and what is more of an illusion, and learning what that feels like, and learning to trust yourself and believe in yourself, but not letting anxieties or fears or certain emotions cloud that faith and convince you that that's the truth. Because with faith, you are invincible. And so faith shouldn't make you feel like, faith shouldn't make you feel those things: anxiety, fear, doubt, shame, any of that, right? So when it's true faith, when it's this deep knowing, then it will be a very centered, a very calm, a very grounded feeling. You know, I think there's this saying a lot of the time that anxiety screams and intuition whispers, and I find that to be true a lot of times. And even if there's an urgency to the intuitive hit, or, you know, something like that, it's still not going to feel the same as anxiety. It's still going to make you feel powerful and sure and invincible. And it's going to make you feel like you just know. And I know that's so silly, because how do you know when you know? But I feel like there are moments in all of our lives that we can kind of point to, that when we just know, we know, and we can't explain it, but you know, there's moments where, especially when you think, you know, oh, things are gonna be okay, like, this is scary or stressful right now, but like deep down, there's this very quiet, like, things are gonna be okay, like, things are gonna work out for the best, things are gonna work out for me. And that's really what Archangel Faith is here to tell you, is that believe in yourself. With, you know, with faith, your manifestations will come, you know, and that's not to say you just have to sit around and wait for them. You know, I think manifestations are a good 50-50, or honestly, like, sometimes 70% putting in the work, and, you know, the other 30% is a very strong faith and belief that spirit or your guides or archangels are on your side helping you, and they are. So just remember that. Just connect with your faith, connect with Archangel Faith, connect with her counterpart, Archangel Michael, who's like a very divine protector and will help you achieve what it is that you're trying to go after, or will help you heal from any hardships. So let's see what other messages we can get for you. I've got the Accurate AF Tarot deck here. What else does Archangel Faith want to tell you? What other messages do we have for pile 2 from this Archangel? This card also talks about your throat chakra, Oh yeah, that's so funny that I just said that, because we have the King of Swords, and we have the World. But this card also talks about, yeah, opening your throat chakra and being very articulate, being very clear and straightforward in what it is you want. So ask for it. Tell the universe that, you know, you want this, whatever it is, and you will get it. Like, we have the World here, we have achievement and fulfillment, and the world in your hands. This is completion. This is a level up. And so really leaning on, you know, this energy of faith and honoring what you want and speaking it into existence, and then recognizing how you can make that happen, like logistically, you know, realistically. This is mental energy, this is air energy, and so it's really, you know, formulating a plan, letting your logic kind of figure out what steps you need to take, right? It goes back to just what I was saying, of like, it's putting in the work and it's having faith. It's got to be both. And so, you know, I think if you are very clear and articulate what you want, you will be able to, you know, achieve what you want. And then we also have the Dawn of Wands here, which is the Page of Wands, inspiration and potential. So yeah, open up that throat chakra, clear that throat chakra, and really focus on what your world is, you know, and what you want it to be. And I think faith will grant you both, you know, having faith and then the Archangel faith will grant you this inspiration, right? And you'll feel so enthusiastic and excited, and you'll have this clear vision, this clear picture of which direction you're going. You have, you know, this to me feels like a breakthrough, right? He's a king, he knows what he wants, he knows how to ask for it, he knows how to get it. He's very intelligent, he's very wise, he's very clever. You know, I think there's some witty energy to this card as well. Very charming. And so I think asking the universe for what you want, asking other people, connecting with other people, and being really clear on boundaries with yourself and others is a big part of this as well, in order to really achieve what it is you want and find that inspiration and go after it. You know, the Dawn, or the Page here, is a student, so it's kind of an, you know, an a beginning energy to this energy, basically. But there's so much potential with that, and so you have to have faith in your potential. You have to follow your inspiration and see where it takes you, and know, I mean, yeah, going back to just with faith and that deep knowing, just trust your knowing when you need to shift course, or when you need to follow your heart, or when you need to set more boundaries, or when you need to not be afraid to just try and fail. And I think that's a big thing with faith. is trying and failing and realizing that even if you fail, you're okay. You know, like, you're okay. And you can start over and you will still get to where you want and need to go. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have the Lovers. Beautiful. Alignment and harmony. So again, yeah, this is all about, really this card is about choice, and it's about choosing love. You know, it's about choosing that alignment with your purpose, with your passion, finding that harmony. And I think that's a big part of faith too, is finding that harmony within and finding that center and aligning with your desires and knowing and trusting that you will get them. Aligning with your inspiration and trusting where it takes you, and not being afraid to be creative and kind of think outside the box. You know, this he is a king, and so, you know, I think there's kind of some traditional energy to him, but I think with the swords there is this beautiful ability to think outside the box, to get really clear on what you want and who you are and what you need to get you where you want to go. And honestly, that king energy too is just making me think of having confidence. You know, I know this page is like I said, kind of a student, but you know, there is like a very childlike energy, and so it's interesting that they're kind of opposite energies, but similar in the way of like confidence, of like, kids don't care, you know, that childlike energy, they don't care, they're just gonna do it. Like, they don't have any preconceived notions of failure or, you know, people making fun of them for what they want. There's just this absolute like carefree energy to them. But you have, you know, that King of Swords energy that has that grown confidence, right? That has that sense of stability within yourself. And so tap into that, you know, have faith in that, have faith in your choices, have faith in the things that you love, you know. And I think I mentioned Archangel's Faith's counterpart, Archangel Michael, and so there could very well be a divine counterpart that helps you through this journey that is very important. There doesn't have to be, but it also could be like a friend or a family member, or just, again, somebody who has the same sort of passion and clarity and desire for achievement and faith that you do. So aligning with that person, aligning with those people, and aligning with your heart and your inspiration is going to be really key. And then finally we have the Magician, which is just so super beautiful. Yeah, I mean, your message really is to just trust in your ability to create, trust in your ability to go after the things that you want, trust in your ability to find fulfillment, because you will. And so recognizing that you have all of the resources, all of the knowledge that you need, that you are a powerful manifester, and having faith in that ability, having faith in your skills, your knowledge, and really trusting that deep knowing of no, I know what I'm doing, right? And sometimes that confidence is, you know, kind of between these two of like, fake it till you make it, you know? And so if you're not there yet, you will be. Call on Archangel Faith, call on Archangel Michael, call on any guides or, spirit in general, just and people around you too, for support. But be on the lookout for any kind of synchronicities. I think this kind of violet color, the color of the throat chakra, is maybe a powerful color for you. Keep an eye on that. But I mean, yeah, and then we have, let me put this here, the Ace of Swords, a breakthrough, mental focus. So yeah, that's kind of the same energy I was getting with this King of Swords too, of clarity is coming. If it's not already here, if you can't see it, if you don't have faith in it, it's coming. And you will be able to have a clear picture of who you are, what you want, where you're going, and how to get there. And it's just going to take some focus, right? We have a 1, and then we have the 21 with the World. We even have 1. We have the Magician, and then we have the World. So 111 could be important as well. Another synchronicity for you to keep an eye on. But I mean, this is a journey, right? We have basically the full spectrum of the major arcana here, aside from the Fool. But like I said, the Dawn of Wands is kind of that young energy, that Fool energy a little bit. Not necessarily, but similar, I guess. But that breakthrough is coming. It's just going to be a matter of focusing on being creative, focusing on allowing clarity to come through, I think, is the big thing. And so I know that's kind of hard, because our logic and our ego and our, very human mind is just, we can just sit there and rack our brains and say, what am I missing? What am I missing? Where am I lacking clarity? Why can't it find me? And the fact is, you can't focus on something you don't have. And so you need to let it come through, and you need to have faith that it will come through at the right time and divine timing, and just trust that if you follow your creative inspiration, if you follow what you're enthusiastic about, your passion, then clarity will come. And so this is kind of a message to just, hold on to those skills, those resources, that knowledge, and just build on them. Just keep building until, you reach the World, until you reach this moment of, this aha moment, this breakthrough. And so that will come. But, it's kind of like, I don't chase, I attract energy. And so if you're constantly seeking, waiting for this clarity to come, it might elude you. And so the important thing is just to kind of keep living your life, and meditate here and there. If you can, make it a consistent practice. That might help you kind of find this center, this faith, this deep wisdom and knowing. And it'll also help you connect to what feels in alignment with you, your values, your heart, your creativity. But you can't, you just have to ask for it. You have to ask for it. You have to have faith that you have been heard, that it will come to you, and that the breakthrough will happen at the right moment. And you have to have a little bit of patience. Like I said, we've got, 1 to 21 here, so we've got a bit of a journey, but that clarity is coming. The crystal amethyst, another purple color, the crystal amethyst might be helpful for you too. I'm hearing that you may get messages in dreams. Amethyst is a really powerful kind of dream stone. It's a nice protection stone for the kind of astral realm when we dream or when we're asleep. So if you're maybe interested in finding clarity that way, but keep a little dream journal, because again, swords are also about communication, and that can just be communication with yourself too. So writing down any ideas that you have that come through, and even if they don't kind of turn into anything more at the moment, then you still have them. I'm thinking of the director David Lynch that just passed away earlier in January. I don't know if anybody's familiar with him, but I absolutely adore him. He was such a lovely person, and he talks about ideas like catching fish, I think, if I remember correctly. But you just have to throw your line out, and you have to wait and see what comes, but you can't let it go, right? He would always talk about how upset with himself he would be, and how upset we all are with ourselves when we have this idea and we're like, oh yeah, no, I'll write that down later, or like I'll remember that later for sure, and then you don't, and then and then you're just pissed at yourself. So yeah, be sure to write down your ideas, or if you're an artist, even if you don't finish a project, just kind of strike while the iron is hot is what I'm hearing, and have faith that it's gonna turn into something more in time, and it's gonna, those little steps, those little breakthroughs are gonna get you to where you want to go. And so finally, I'm just going to close out with some cosmic guidance cards. I think we'll get just a couple of these to see if there's any final messages or pieces of advice from Archangel Faith. What final messages do you have for pile 2 here? There we go. Oh, okay, we got gratitude. Oh, and we have the moon. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm just going to move this again. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so gratitude. Yes. This is kind of like what I was saying. You just kind of have to live your life, right? you just have to be present. You have to, I think tapping into gratitude is such a wonderful thing for you. I think it will help you find blessings in your everyday life, and I think those things, the more you recognize them, the more you honor them, the more you will find inspiration from them. And so just allowing yourself to be present, allowing yourself to be grateful, because you do have this magician card. You have these skills, these resources, this knowledge that can take you so far. You are going to go so far, but just you've got to keep that faith, and remember that you're invincible with that. Remember that you have good things already. You've created so many good things already, and you're just, you're on this kind of new journey. And the moon here, we've got the subconscious mind, the feminine energy, the intuition, you know, that's interesting because Archangel Faith is like the divine feminine counterpart of Archangel Michael. I also mentioned like dreams or sleeping. So again, that might be another indicator that that's where clarity or inspiration can come from. But more than that, you know, this is again about centering yourself, honoring your intuition, and really having faith that the light will come again, you know, that the cycle will keep going, will continue. You know, this always makes me think of the actual moon cycle. So if that's something that you pay attention to, obviously, you know, the new moon is really good for manifesting. The full moon is good for releasing, but also, you know, like celebrating. You know, I kind of get that sense with the world. It's kind of like a full moon. You know, you're celebrating, you've got all this fulfillment and completion here, and you've completed another cycle. But so yeah, if that resonates with you, please take that and you know, pay attention, honor the moon cycles. But yeah, it's really about just listening to your intuition, connecting with it, reminding yourself that that there are people on your side and that you have to be on your side too. Um, and and so, you know, that way you open the door for this clarity, you open the door for more gratitude and more blessings. So just yeah, believe in yourself, have faith, and that's really the biggest message of all for this lovely archangel. And I hope that resonates with all of you. Please leave me a like or a comment, subscribe. This is my first video, so hopefully this resonates with somebody out there. But that is all the messages that I have for you today. I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3. This is going to be for you if you chose this amethyst heart. Let's see which angel has a message for you and some guidance. It is Archangel Gabriel. Shimmer with diamond light, express your creativity. Ah, so beautiful. I'm actually going to keep this centered real quick. So this card, he's got like his cosmic diamond here. It talks about illumination, clarity. So you could be seeking clarity on like a person or a situation or a question that you have. And Archangel Gabriel is here to kind of help you clear all that up, to find some answers and really see things from a higher and enlightened perspective. This card also talks about releasing any negativity and any kind of outdated or unhelpful ideas, perspectives, beliefs in order to reach this clarity. So he is here to help you answer a question, bring you some clarity, some enlightenment, and we'll kind of get into that with the tarot cards and see what we're trying to clear up. But this also mentions creativity, just real quick. So, you know, look for clarity may come through expressing yourself creatively. It could be writing, it could be art, it could be photography, it could be music, it could be so many different things. There could even be like a song that keeps playing in your head or keeps popping up, or something that has lyrics that resonate with you or that might have a message for you. So definitely trust that clarity is coming. Trust that, you know, when you find joy and look for or express yourself creatively and allow yourself to kind of open up and be a little bit vulnerable, then clarity will find you. But let's kind of see what he's guiding you on here. I'm using the Accurate AF Tarot deck. Oh, okay. So, oh wow. We have the 10 of Rings, the 10 of Swords. So 1010 could be a significant synchronicity for you. Yeah, so you're definitely nearing this clarity. You're nearing completion. You're nearing answers. I mean, this 10 of Rings is culmination, satisfaction, and this has keywords, karmic lessons, and only upwards. So it's interesting because we have mental energy, we have air energy, and then we have like a very grounded, realistic, practical energy with the Rings card here. So again, this is definitely something that's been on your mind for a while. This is something that you're hoping to have a concrete answer on. This is something maybe you've been trying to learn a lesson. You know, we've got karmic lessons here. Maybe it's a lesson that keeps repeating itself and you're finally learning it. And you're being rewarded for it. But 10s are endings, right? They're completion. And this 10 of Swords often is kind of a heavy energy. It, you know, can be, yeah, it can be kind of a rough ending, but at the same time, it brings so much relief that, you know, like it says, you can only go up from there, right? Like it's over and done with. We're clearing away the negative thoughts. We're clearing away any negative patterns of behavior and those sorts of things. And now you can move forward. Now you can move on into this new journey. And so whatever it is coming. It could be related to a job, could also be related to like a family member. The 10 of Rings, you know, makes me think of legacy, of building a family of sorts. And so, yeah, you're just gonna have to kind of move through it, is what I'm hearing. And call on Archangel Gabriel. He's here for you. He will bring you this cosmic diamond and help you shine some clarity on the situation, but it is coming. And then we also have the 6 of Rings and the 8 of Wands. So the 6 of Rings, generosity and assistance, and then the 8 of Wands, alignment and progress. So with the 8 of Wands there, it definitely seems like this is happening pretty quickly. Things are moving into alignment. You are progressing. Whatever you're seeking clarity on is coming. And so it's just a matter of bringing it into reality right now. And so this could be a sign that you need to seek some help with this generosity and assistance here as well, especially with the 10 of Swords. That could be actual therapeutic help. It could be like a coach, a mentor. It could be, again, just friends and family. But if that resonates with you, please definitely seek that help and try to collaborate on that clarity. And that's perfect. We don't have to, and we shouldn't have to do these sorts of things alone. And so, yeah, but that 6 of Rings too, with the generosity and assistance, it's a very reciprocal energy. It's so beautiful. And so I feel like, you know, you've given so much of your time and energy to seeking this clarity, to figuring this answer out, to maybe learning this lesson, that it's time for you to get something back, and you very clearly will be getting something back with this 10 of rings. There's satisfaction, there's fulfillment, there is completion, like I mentioned, and there's abundance, there's growth and stability and just really beautiful energy. And so, yeah, I definitely think there are, again, this could be about a specific person, but there are definitely people surrounding you, as well as archangels, ancestors, spirit guides, that are ready and willing to help you. It's just a matter of asking for it and, you know, allowing yourself to receive as well, because I think that's a big thing too. Maybe you've kind of been trapped in this mental space for a little while and not really sure how to get out of it or what to do. And so, you know, maybe you're the type who I can also be like sometimes, where it's really hard to ask for help. It's really hard to receive help, or receive this abundance. It's very uncomfortable, but this is a time to let yourself receive. It's a time to allow others to give to you generously. And I think that might be a big piece of this clarity that you're seeking, that wants to come forward, is maybe that's the lesson you're learning, is learning how to receive. And something is coming through. This could be like an offering of some sort, like I maybe mentioned before. It could be like a job, or some sort of financial assistance. It could be a business opportunity, school, or it could be a relationship as well, that, you know, is coming forward, and you're just kind of hesitant to receive it. And spirit is saying, no, it's coming, and you actually need this in order to receive the clarity that you're seeking. Whatever this energy coming forward is, whatever this opportunity coming forward is, whatever it is you're receiving, is actually going to help you start seeing things from a new perspective, start seeing things from a higher perspective, start getting rid of those beliefs that are keeping you stuck, those thought patterns and behaviors that are keeping you stuck. And so allowing, you know, whatever this is to come through and really help you, really help you in material ways, in mental ways, in creative ways. With this Eight of Wands, you know, it could be like a creative project you're working on. It could be, we've got the Lovers on the back of the deck, so it could very well be a relationship. But again, we have the keyword alignment here twice, so whatever it is meant to bring you into alignment, and coming into alignment will bring that aha moment. It will bring you clarity, and things will feel harmonized, and you will feel progress, you will feel satisfied. Things will finally culminate in the way that you've been seeking. And like I said, this could be about a specific person, but the Lovers is also just about making a choice, right? It's about choosing from a place of love. It's about choosing from a place of alignment, and really focusing that love on yourself, and allowing that love to come through, whether it's from angels or other people. And so this is a conscious choice that you have to make, and I think that can be really difficult because it feels like you've been stuck in your head already for so long, trying to find this answer, trying to find clarity, trying to make, and the fact is you kind of have to set that aside and choose from your heart, and just allow things to unfold the way that they're going to unfold. And I think that's another Eight of Wands message too, of there's a little bit of an element of fate here, if you believe in that sort of thing. So there's definitely a choice that needs to be made. And again, it's just you choosing to receive. It's just you choosing to let go of these mental blocks. It's just you choosing you, and allowing yourself to succeed, allowing yourself to feel joy, feel creative, and find that clarity. And really, this clarity could just be about you and your path, and just learning more about yourself. And so, yeah, I mean, choose yourself, choose to be open, let your heart open. And I know that can be really scary, but Archangel Gabriel is here to help you with that, protect you during that. I think that's a really big thing as well, is, you know, it feels scary because perhaps it's new to us, or perhaps we, you know, don't feel safe. We don't have that safety net or those safe people. But you do, you always do. And whatever it is that's coming toward you is going to offer you a safety net. That clarity that comes through, that sort of enlightened perspective that you're going to have, is going to help you realize how safe and secure you really are. And again, it could be financially, it could be within relationships, but really it's about being safe and secure within yourself, and being able to trust your wisdom and your heart. And that's so beautiful. And it is, like I said a few times, it is coming. You know, Eight of Wands is a very fast energy. It is things coming into alignment. It is things progressing in a very quick way. So expect forward movement very quickly, and just remember to keep your heart open. And so let's get some final pieces of advice from Archangel Gabriel. This is the Cosmic Guidance Oracle deck. Just gonna ask for a little bit more guidance. Any final advice for pile 3? Okay, we have healing. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Let's get one more. Allow light to enter your wounds. Yes. Even here on this Eight of Wands card, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little rainbow. These lovers are beings of light. So, you know, there's, yeah, and we've got the cosmic diamond too, which is diamond light. It is clear, crystal clear light. And so, yeah, this is a very healing time for you. This clarity will be very healing, and honestly, the journey to this clarity, this, whatever it is you're releasing, is very healing for you. And so just allow yourself to be open. You know, she's got her heart chakra open, and that's exactly what we were talking about, of just keep your heart open, choose love, choose to trust yourself, choose your inner wisdom, and follow your heart. Let's get one more piece of final guidance here. Anything else from Archangel Gabriel, please? Okay. There it is. Okay, interesting. And we've got head, logic, and evaluation. So yeah, you're definitely stuck in your head. Oh my gosh. And on the back of the deck, I'll just set this. Sorry, Archangel Gabriel. I'm going to set this here. We have create on the back of the deck, which is another message from Archangel Gabriel as well. And, you know, the Eight of Wands and even the Lovers. But okay, let's start with this head, logic, and evaluation. So you've been trying the logic way. You've been trying, and Spirit is saying, you know, you don't have to forego that. You know, obviously we need both, right? Like we need a very heart-centered, we need a heart to lead the way, but we need a logical, practical plan on how to move forward. And so you make your choice from your heart, you take the first few steps, and then you say, okay, how am I going to proceed with this? And so, you know, the biggest thing with this though is not getting stuck in that and not getting caught back up in those regular, you know, those typical like negative thought patterns, those typical beliefs that aren't serving you anymore. And so the other message that's coming through with this card too is the fact that you will be learning a lot. You'll be learning a lot about yourself, about the world around you, about perhaps spirituality or spiritual practices that you want to do. Learning a lot about healing, learn a lot about creating, and how to nurture that creative energy, and you know, just really aligning with your values and how to do that in a logical, practical way, in a realistic way. And that's not to say, you know, don't dream big or don't you know, don't follow your heart, because that's the main message of this, but really it's more about how do I want to exist going forward? How do I want to show up in this world with my whole heart, with my whole expression, you know? And so I think this card is really about finding the balance between head and heart, but also just knowing that you will be using your logic and evaluating and looking at life from a different perspective. The way you logically think about things, the way you evaluate things, the way you solve problems is going to change. And it may even be that you're finding more creative, not even just outlets, but solutions to whatever challenges or problems arise in your life. But there is a perspective shift here that's coming. There is clarity that's coming. And so it's really going to change the way that you see things, the way that you use your mind power. And it's going to be very healing. And I think it will ultimately help you be able to get unstuck quicker and more effectively and efficiently. And I think that's so cool. Yeah, that's amazing. And just remember to be gentle with yourself, nurture your creativity, nurture your heart, and call on Archangel Gabriel if you need some extra support. Again, reach out for more regular support if you need it, like family, friends, therapy, coaching, like I mentioned earlier. It could even be that you find a lot of healing and assistance through maybe even like an art class, or some sort of creative class, which could be really cool. But just allow yourself to be open to whatever's flowing your way. Allow yourself to be open to that clarity, and don't necessarily chase it. Don't necessarily seek it, which is so frustrating, I think, because we as humans want answers, but this is how we get caught up in these cycles a lot of times, and we get really hard on ourselves when we don't have the answers, when we can't figure it out, when we can't see past our own blockages. And so the advice here is to release those blockages, let go of those, and just allow yourself to be, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to get in touch with your heart and heal, and clarity will find you, and it will find you quickly, and it will find you creatively. And so be open to any sorts of avenues that this comes through. You know, it could even come unexpectedly through like a textbook as well, you know, with this head card. It could come through kind of a more traditional learning path, but it doesn't have to necessarily. You know, it depends on your situation, of course. Maybe that's something that's keeping you stuck, but you know, if it's not, then maybe that's something that opens a lot of doors for you and helps you find some new perspectives, some new answers. But I think that is all the messages I have for you. Pile 3. I did mention 1010, but the lovers is number 6, and we have 6 of rings here as well. So 6s may also be a synchronicity that you see along this journey that is going to bring you the clarity, and so, you know, allow you to know that you're on the right path. But thank you so much for watching, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I hope this resonates with you. I hope to make a lot more videos in the future. And please give me a like, a comment, subscribe if you are at all interested. And I will see you next time.